This is enormous. We're talking about Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, who literally confirmed and explained that XRP will be worth $3,081 per XRP within the next 5 years, since the XRP ledger will replace Swift and that 14T of Swift's intake will now go into XRP. This market capitalization leads to a staggering price point of $3,981 per XRP. The CTO of Ripple also emphasized a similar point, stating that the plan for institutional adoption, mass retail adoption, and banking beyond banks is starting to take shape as central banks worldwide seek to expand on the XRP ledger. Most recently, Circle, the owner of USDC, integrated onto the XRP ledger. This has been confirmed, and we will show you guys the video soon. Additionally, David Schwartz made it known that they are collaborating with multi-trillion-dollar businesses, such as RealFi, one of the most recent, to tokenize more than $654.39 trillion in real estate right onto the XRP ledger. And this is taking place as organizations all over the world are expanding their use of the XRP ledger. For example, Bank of America has declared that they use XRP for all internal transactions, and their CEO went public on Fox Business to make the announcement. And even while we brought up all of this, we didn't mention JP Morgan's announcement that they now accept XRP payments, or Wells Fargo, BlackRock, or any of the other organizations that are starting to make similar public announcements. One of the most notable features is the RealFi real estate tokenization project on the XRP ledger, which has tokenized about $654.39 trillion. This initiative alone would raise XRP to $11,898 instead of $3,000 or $4,000. We are giving away free XRP in collaboration with Uphold, one of the biggest and best XRP exchanges. Before we play the video of you guys listening to Brad Garlinghouse and David Schwartz, the CEO of Dribble, literally explain how XRP would soar to $3,980. By utilizing my referral link in the description, you can receive up to $100 in free XRP. All you need to do is complete a transaction after registering using my link. It literally only takes 5 minutes or less. It's incredibly simple and quick. All of it is free. Therefore, I strongly advise that you all proceed with this. Having said that, leave a remark in the space provided, and XRP will soar. After finishing, you may either withdraw the $100 to keep it in cash or receive up to $100 in free XRP. Now, let's get into the video. Thus, the price of XRP is poised to rise. Examine this chart, which shows consolidation and a significant retracement. I'm sure you're wondering why it crashed now. Well, it's clearly due to the difficulties and global problems that are occurring at the moment. The reserve is changing from a gold reserve to a digital currency reserve, such as the Crypto Strategic Reserve, which is being constructed entirely with Bitcoin, XRP, and a few other American cryptocurrencies as a result of the new global order. Approximately $500 to $600 billion were liquidated out of the cryptocurrency market in the last day alone. The stock market saw the liquidation of an additional couple of trillions of dollars. And with everything going on in the globe, it was quite simple to understand why. Furthermore, it's quite obvious, even though I can't say it outright because YouTube bans videos that do. This is going to be a retracement, after all. The Gulf is experiencing a significant growth, which will undoubtedly result in a sharp increase in gas prices. And as panic strikes, we're witnessing a significant movement in people's behavior away from gold and toward utility-based cryptocurrencies. And for that reason, I believe that the crypto market's correction was the result of a massive panic episode. Once more, it's not just XRP. The whole cryptocurrency market, including Bitcoin, has dropped from 115,000 to roughly 100,000. So far down, XRP is holding up really well, but I do believe the changeover will occur once it settles down a bit. As individuals rush to try and invest in anything stable that will appreciate in value, we will actually witness a spike in digital assets like XRP. Let's start rolling the clip now. I believe that DeFi and other blockchain technologies are about to be widely adopted by institutions. This, in my opinion, is also one of the main barriers to widespread retail adoption. Institutional acceptance, in my opinion, is a forerunner to retail adoption, which many in the industry previously believed to be the big wave. You must connect with them where they are. Where the value is, you must go. It is impossible to start from scratch and create a new financial system while disregarding the current one, which contains trillions of dollars in value and is where everyone's money is kept. Can't simply say, ignore all of that. Over here, construct something new. No, that isn't effective. Therefore, I believe that the institutional adoption wave that is expected to occur over the next year or two will be the catalyst for widespread retail adoption. We can then fulfill such commitments. For example, we all want to bank the unbanked, but they need to be able to spend their money on things like groceries and phone bills. Therefore, that institutional link is essential. Furthermore, I don't believe there are any barriers. As far as I'm concerned, this conference demonstrates that. The key takeaway is that widespread adoption will occur. Indeed, this is already happening as more and more institutions jump on the XRP ledger. One of these, RealPi, has already started a lot of testing and transaction monitoring on the XRP ledger to make sure that over $654.39 trillion can actually be facilitated on the XRP ledger. Their goal is to tokenize the entire real estate market, which is worth over $600 trillion, onto the XRP. In actuality, RealPi has been doing absolutely crazy since launching their native token, the Real token, on the XRP blockchain ledger. Half of the entire Real token presale supply was essentially depleted in under 72 hours, yet the presale is still 6 days away from ending. We're talking about the Real token, which is based on the XRP ledger and has gained a lot of traction. Out of the 20 million presale limited tokens, around 10 million were actually sold. Additionally, this is quite positive since it demonstrates the scale of the ecosystem and institutional adoption being developed on the XRP ledger. Since the Real file, which is based on the XRP ledger, has formally started to validate and bring widespread institutional acceptance inside their framework, which is also based on the XRP ledger, I must admit that the Real token is highly bullish. For example, look at this. Although this was only posted a few hours ago, it claims that several centralized exchanges have contacted us in the past 20 hours to talk about listing a legitimate coin developed on the XRP ledger. These applications are still being reviewed by our team. The $654.39 trillion real estate industry is being aggressively prepared for onboarding onto the XRP ledger by our team. Additionally, as more people join the XRP ledger ecosystem every day, the true token supply per cell keeps declining. Go to payrealfi.com and click on Real Token to protect your genuine tokens while you can. And this is the website, payrealfi.com, right here. Actually, you may check around and find out more about the RealFi ecosystem, which includes the Real token, tokenization of properties, and tokenizing real estate. Additionally, it provides you with additional information regarding the two main tokens that the RealFi ecosystem will employ. The actual token is ranked first, followed by XRP. The actual token, which debuted at 0.01, is this one. Consequently, their pre-sale was exactly 0.02. That's another zero in between, not 2 cents. And it soared to 0.01 in the first 5 minutes, which is exactly 2 cents, or perhaps a little bit higher, at 2.3 or 2.5 cents. Because it made people like 10x in the first 5 minutes, this is incredibly bullish. Therefore, you would have made an easy 10x if you hadn't established your orders at the beginning, as I advised you